Are you ready?
I think so.
Oh, where's the thingy?
Which thing are you talking about?
The remote.
Ah, the Remto.
The Remto.
Remtome.
Rimentom. Rum-tom, Timitom.
Rum-Tum Timmy Tom?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Rum-tom, Timitom.
Okay, nice.
That's what a remote is called now. Rum-tom, Timitom.
Okay, can you pass me the Rum-Tum Timmy Tom?
Do you want this or the clap?
Nah, I don't need that.
The clip clap clapper no
I guess I'm not going to do it anymore because Baker did such a good job. Way better than me.
Oh, is that the review?
Yeah, I guess he did way better a job than me. So
Yeah, he did actually.
I guess that's what people think. I guess I'll do a second-rate job if somebody's going to have to do it.
His star of the show ego is bruised.
I know. He's butt hurt. All right. Dude, I think fuck you, man.
I'm doing my best.
No, you're
I'm
not.
sorry, I'm just not that good at it, I
You're
guess.
doing your worst.
I guess I'm just not that good at it.
Bap.
You both of you assholes. Oh my god. Just do it once properly. For fuck's sakes.
You asked for that, dude.
Yeah, I did.
You asked for that.
Welcome back to Anime Shmanime, where I'm surrounded by fucking idiots.
What the fuck is up, Boathouse?
We out here in the boathouse freezing
Yeah.
freezing our dingles off.
Yeah, it's a little cold.
It's chilly.
Me more than you guys.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You look warmer than us.
I think I probably feel warmer than you guys
Probably.
now.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Previously, no.
I feel all right.
Yeah, I mean, I run hot, so like this doesn't bother me.
I just
Yeah.
make it work.
Yeah, and also we have the fucking heater in the bottom here.
Yeah, I'm getting warmer.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm getting
good.
warmer.
So stop complaining.
I might
Don't worry about me, guys. I'm fine over
No,
here.
yeah.
I might disrobe at some point during the podcast.
I don't
but, you know. Nice, Jordy. Well done.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You guys have taught me well.
Yeah.
You taught me well.
Oh fuck.
Respect.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, he is the star of the show, so he's burning up over there.
Somebody's got to be charismatic. Anyways, what are we covering today?
Oh, wow.
Wow, you can go burn out now. What
What does that even mean?
I don't even know.
Yeah, go burn out, Jordy.
Yeah, go burn out. I don't fucking know.
Sick burn.
Sick burn.
Why don't you go think about what it might mean?
Okay.
Okay. Is that your charismatic face?
My thinking
Yeah.
face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, fine. Shut up, you fuckers.
We're back, baby.
We're back. Yes. We are finally doing our Halloween episode after I don't know how many.
Is that what this is?
No, it's not, but it's
Well, kinda.
Kind of.
I mean-
but it is Halloween themey.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I said
If by
kind
having
Kinda.
wizards.
That's
it.
Yeah.
Witches.
I guess,
Riding
yeah.
brooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are doing Mashle. Fucking
Magic and muscles.
Uh-huh.
Both
Yeah.
of those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At all times. And nothing else.
Yeah.
Dude, this show is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was very funny at all. I thought actually the attempt at being funny was poor.
Are you kidding me?
Real quick.
Dude.
Dub or sub?
Dub, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah, no, man.
You can't comment on the humor then.
Why?
Yeah, because the humor is fucking fantastic.
They write the jokes differently. They deliver differently in
Yeah.
different languages, dude. We've been over this before. We've been
Okay.
over this. I remember how different Kill la Kill was?
Yeah.
You watched both. You did a little bit of both on
Yeah, and
on
I said it
either.
was funnier on the dub.
But regardless, you said it was different.
Yeah.
You
I still-
acknowledged a difference in the delivery of
Sure.
the jokes and the humor.
Sure.
Yes, pacing.
Right. So
tonally.
watching this subbed, I found it very funny, actually.
Okay.
I will say though that like I think this show has like a shtick and like
Yeah.
a gimmick to it.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
it.
That by like episode like I would say 4 or 5, it's like very much okay. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say that.
I was going to say episode 2, and I knew exactly what I was going to get for the rest of the show.
See, I didn't know how far they were
yeah.
going to take it. I
It's
wanted
Harry
to see
Potter.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, it's-
of
it's-
And I
course.
said meets Mulan.
no.
Because he's got to go undercover.
No.
He's got to go undercover and pretend in
Yeah.
order to regain honor for his family.
No, not honor, more like to survive, so they don't
Both,
kill his
though.
like
Both.
father.
Yeah, both.
Yeah. Well,
It's Harry
mean-
Potter meets Harry Potter.
Okay, it's very much mostly Harry Potter.
It's pretty much exactly like Harry Potter.
Like it is. He's Harry Potter, dude.
Like his face, the mark that he makes is a fucking lightning bolt.
Yeah.
Like here's the thing. This surpassed inspiration, tribute, or homage. I think this is
a ripoff.
full blown satire.
Yeah, 100%.
I guess, yeah.
100%.
It's
But
like-
even then, too much.
It's
I don't know about
incredibly on
that.
the nose, dude. It's incredibly on the nose. And here's the thing where I found kind of myself torn on it, because the other side of this show is a very generic by the numbers shonen battle anime.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
That's in there.
Yeah, I mean, I will
Also
say
mid, if you're asking me that concept.
The battles
delivery was
are
pretty-
kind of mid. The battles are kind of mid, but you're not watching it
You
for
don't
the
even
battles.
you don't even see them.
But that's the problem, is that halfway, I think, through this season, they made a hard turn into basically this battle arc.
Yeah.
Where everybody was going to be going up against the evil house, which,
Yeah.
of course, there are houses based on your personalities.
Yeah.
And, you know, they have
Slytherin
animal
and-
insignias
yeah.
and shit, right?
Yeah.
Literally playing.
They play
fucking
Quidditch.
Quidditch.
Yeah, yeah.
Quite literally,
There's
yeah.
mandrakes.
Yeah.
They pull out of the fucking dirt and
Yeah.
they scream
Yeah.
and they're ugly.
What-
Yeah, you get it.
They use the something Leviosa in all their spells.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they use wands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They wear cloaks.
They go to Hogwarts.
Literally,
Literally
Hogwarts.
Hogwarts.
They've even copied the
Dumbledore.
the layout.
Yeah, there's a Dumbledore.
Yes, who has a weird affinity for the main character that nobody
Yeah.
can really explain, and he's
Yeah.
going to help him from behind the
Yeah.
scenes.
They also don't explain it.
Yeah.
Harry Potter, baby.
Yeah.
Yes.
But anyway,
We
what I
can
was,
just end this episode right now.
No.
no. But what I want to say is, I was enjoying the first little bit where you were seeing the little spins and plays that they were going to do off the Harry Potter stuff. He was going to encounter a lot of these weird things the same way Harry does, the same way it gripped you the
Yeah.
first time you watched Harry Potter, because I might be speaking for myself here, but there were portions of my watching and enjoying of Harry Potter. I didn't read the books. I just watched the movies. Kill me. I don't care.
You're dead, bro.
You're dead to me.
But
now.
Those books are so good, bro.
Which
were
versions?
There were times where I was like, I want more of just exploring Hogwarts and like the day-to-day, everyday life of a student at this magical school. That's enough for me. I don't necessarily need this thrown together narrative to keep me interested. And the beginning of the show, I thought that's what I was getting. When he's learning how to fly a broom and he kicks his legs really fast and he's overcoming all of these like everyday challenges around the school, and then
Yeah.
they automatically just hard right turn stop that. And the only way you see him doing the shtick and exercising his muscles
Is through battles.
is through battles and beating people up.
So my one-
and it goes one dimensional out of nowhere immediately, and I lost interest for the latter half of the season because of that. I think.
I see why they had to do that, because you can't just keep finding non-magical ways to do magical things.
Yeah.
You have to.
That's
you
the
have to give
challenge
them
of the
something
show,
else.
dude.
Yeah, but
That's the hook. That's how they get you in the first 2 or 3 episodes.
Well,
and
to
for
be
them
fair,
to abandon
no,
that,
no,
to me,
here's
is
another
like,
thing I
that's
wanna
a
say real
hook.
quick.
Is it just being a comedy of putting this kid who's like just love cream puffs in a fucking magical school?
That
It's just
was so-
a just
not funny.
bizarre,
It's not
bizarre
funny, though.
thing. But watching it
It's not
come
even.
together.
It's not even clever. I like cream puffs.
Yeah, it's
Why do I care that you
'cause
like
it's
cream
cute.
puffs? Okay.
It's cute for
I guess
him.
so. For the record, I actually liked the first episode when it was like a little gritty and they were going to be hunting him and, you know, they were beating his dad up and shit like that. I was like, oh, this is a good show. And then
I didn't
literally,
like that.
what's that?
I didn't like that.
It was at least something different. And then in episode 2, I got 2 clones of things I've seen before, and both of them were done poorer than the original
No.
versions.
Listen. You guys are both fucked.
Tell us why.
Yeah, weird for you to have that opinion, Mike.
No, because here's the thing: you want like so Jay, you want a slice of life essentially of him
No,
going through the day-to-day stuff.
I think I'm
right?
I'm torn on this show.
Yeah.
I don't because it tried to do two. I agree with Jordy. It tried to do 2 different things, and I don't know which direction I would have rather seen it go in. I don't. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were doing better.
So in
Or worse.
They
so
were
we-
doing
we-
both worse than versions I've seen before,
No,
like I said.
Listen. So it is meant to be a shonen, and we all know battle shonen are always going to be like this. You need to have this overarching arc.
You could have given me like a battle or 2 that looked good in a battle shonen.
But
that would have been nice.
No, first of all, you got to understand this wasn't made by Mappa.
Sure.
Right? It's not going to have those kinds of like budget and like And again, the battles aren't what's the hook. The hook is this dude who's so fucking, I don't know, like just deadpanned all the time, and then he delivers all these one-liners.
I think the downfall, and I think maybe a simple way to say it is like the two elements just seemed a little disjointed from each other, and they didn't nest them very well.
See, I like that because the dichotomy of things don't have to always be pieced together perfectly.
I mean, they would be better if they were, though.
No, because no. Listen, you shut the fuck up, Jay.
It's like things don't have to be done well. Sometimes they can be done poorly, and it's better. And I like it.
That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is sometimes there is beauty in things where things are a bit more raw. Okay, where things aren't always so like clean and cut and well produced. You know what? Like a good example is sometimes you hate how sometimes producers will fucking overproduce music, right? And like sometimes you like when things are a bit more raw.
There's a time and place for both of those things.
Exactly. The time and place for this is in the raw.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I'm not sure your analogy really fits, but we can move on from it.
Fuck off.
I don't know, man.
Oh God.
I don't know.
Yeah,
All right.
I was thinking several times throughout. I was just like, they're obviously doing some things different from Harry Potter. Mm-hmm. Like a couple of things are a little bit different. They've tweaked some things, and I was like, I wonder how this show would have felt to me if they had leaned a little heavier into like their own creations and like their own stuff rather than so heavily on the Harry Potter stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like, if it was maybe a little more subtle, the Harry Potter references and the nods, you know what I mean? Like, keep the markings on the face, have that be your reference to the lightning bolt.
We know you're at a wizard school, but we're all going to assume Hogwarts.
But the cloaks and the wands and the Quidditch and all that, it was like, oh no, like you want this to be overt. You really want me thinking about Harry Potter the entire time that I'm watching your show. So then I'm just like,
I think they thought it was funny. It's like it's like each one of those was a little punchline, and each one of those to me was like a little cringe.
So this is the thing. They picked a lane, right? Because if they tried to go in between and not like, just give it to you subtly, right?
People
then
are going to claim, it's a knockoff. Oh, of course they're just doing Harry Potter.
Right? Like, and so it's like, okay, so I'm just going to exaggerate everything.
I still don't think it was as effective.
Right,
I think what they were trying to do didn't work.
But
if they went the other way where they're not going to do it at all, then it's just going to like not come up as like anything original. Or just as like...
Was it original in any way, shape, or form, Mikey?
It's a satire. We all know it's a fucking satire. It's all ripping off everything.
That's the thing. Like, it could have just been like a funny high fantasy series, right? But like they purposely like really went the extra mile to make it satirical and to target Harry Potter. So like you can't unfortunately separate them. Yeah. And I don't know if it was a strong enough parody of Harry Potter throughout for me to really say that like I love the show. Because I think if they had kept that all the way through, but halfway, it really just turns into like a generic battle shonen. Yeah.
Because
all that's left is the one hook, which is that he's very strong and not magical. Yeah. Yes. Which is very One Punch Man Saitama. Yeah. We've seen this before.
Yes, and
it's not enough.
But we've seen Saitama do it in that whole like.
Yeah, and you haven't seen Harry Potter do it.
But you just haven't seen Harry Potter do it now.
And I'm saying that's not enough.
Yeah,
and that's not enough. We are in the era of now the Saitama era, where you're gonna get. It's like the isekais, where like everybody's coming back as fucking different things and like inanimate objects.
Yeah.
Now we're having like the generic guy who's like super strong, doesn't actually have superpowers.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say that I don't think this show is gonna be like setting off a trend in anime.
No.
I think it's poorly handling a trend that already exists.
Yeah.
Like that very deadpan, sullen, kind of low voice, I don't really care, indifferent kind of pro tag. Yeah. That's kind of replaced the Rage Case pro tag of.
It kind of reminded me in a lot of ways too of Initial D.
Oh, do you think he's Takumi?
In a lot of ways. I also think he can't lose, just like Takumi. Like every single time he walks into a battle, I'm like, well, I know this is so good.
Same.
Yeah.
And quickly.
But Takumi's a little bit different. He shows a little bit more emotion, and where Mashle doesn't.
A touch, maybe at times. Yeah.
He doesn't, but like he's deadpan the entire time.
It's the same archetype, though. I think is the point.
Yeah.
I it's weird, but like I almost like it was so easy to consume. Like I watched this so quickly.
Yeah.
It's like 12, 13 episodes. Mm-hmm. I wish it was 6.
Same.
Like I think they would have exhausted the gimmick and exhausted the shtick by 6 episodes. They would have ran out of their ideas of things to make him do magical.
Yeah.
And it would have just been a nice solid series. But now they're going to go down this fucking rabbit hole.
Well, they had to write little
of
half-baked
shonens.
stories and little half-baked battles for all his little teammates.
Oh
But you
my
when they
have
could
God.
have just
idea that
omitted
that's gonna
those and just
happen.
had him go through the ringer.
I was so mad, dude, how much time was dedicated at the end of the season to the backstory of the secondary villain characters
Yeah.
as opposed to our main cast of characters.
Yeah. Well, it's another
Okay.
show where right before they get defeated, we get a little bit of their backstory right before they lose.
Well,
Yes.
listen, not to say I don't like multi-dimensional villains. I love that shit. However, not before we get the background of the main fucking characters.
Yeah.
No,
You know what I mean? There's not
'Cause
enough.
Those characters are going to come later. I'm sure. of
Why?
it.
They're
Demon
the
Slayer,
main
Demon Slayer
characters.
does this too, though.
Because
Every time a demon gets killed before he gets his
I
head
know.
chopped off.
yes,
Yeah.
but that's
We
the
got a
thing.
whole episode of their
Yeah.
backstory.
Right,
We didn't
you-
ask for.
We want it later on so that that's the hooks too, right? You want to know a little bit more of their backstories.
I
Later.
mean, you might.
Yes. And also, we have no idea if it's just going to be battle after battle. They're going to do funny shit. Right? Like they're going to write in
They're gonna
fucking
try.
it's like slapstick humor in this
Yeah.
one.
They're gonna
and
try.
especially or dry humor. Like okay, the moment where Mashle is fighting that one girl and she's like, "Oh, you know, like I'm a girl, you shouldn't fight me." It's like, "Oh no. I've treated everybody equally," and he fucking like body slams her.
Yeah.
Come on. That's fucking hilarious.
I mean, I didn't laugh. But apparently, apparently that's because the dub, not because the humor writing.
No, I'm just saying some of it could have been that.
Oh, shut up.
My point
Okay.
is not
No,
once
yeah.
did I laugh in the whole show. And I don't think you can blame that entirely on the dub.
You didn't find
Yeah.
any of it funny at all?
I could tell they were trying to make jokes. I could tell they were trying to be funny.
Yeah.
It wasn't making me laugh.
What kind of mindset did you have when you
Yeah.
started watching the show?
Just
I didn't know a single thing about it, dude. I went in
Just
completely
anger.
open-minded.
Yeah?
Completely open-minded. Yeah.
sour, a curmudgeon.
Well, that's what you think of me. That's clear. But I went in not knowing a single thing.
Okay.
A single thing.
I believe you.
Yeah.
All right, fuck, let's do Senpai's Corner.
I don't have a ton on this one, but
Surprising.
why?
It's a very shallow show. Just don't expect there to be much to talk about it.
Piece of shit.
Shut up, Jordy. It's not your time to talk right now.
You're right.
So, Mashle, Magic and Muscles, is an anime television series based on the manga series of the same title by Hajime Komoto. The series was announced in July 2022 and was produced by A1 Pictures. So, A1 Pictures, they are an animation division under Aniplex.
Aniplex.
Yeah, they got that little jingle you might recognize.
Full Metal Alchemist.
So it was actually founded by one of the ex-producers over at Sunrise. If you guys remember Gundam and Escaflowne and all that awesome 90s shit, that's Mikihiro Iwata. And they have like a pretty fucking crazy list of shit that they did.
Huge repertoire.
Yeah, fucking Black Butler, Fairy Tale, Anohana, Blue Exorcist, Sword Art Online.
Yeah, they're a big one.
Silver Spoon,
Oh,
Sword Art Online 2, All to Know
Electric
Is-
Boogaloo.
All to Know Is Zero, Seven Deadly Sins, Your Lie in April. It's
Yeah, they're-
Erased.
They're a heavy hitter.
Hey, we did Erased.
Sick.
Yeah.
My waifu.
Fate Apocrypha.
There it is.
Fucking God, Darling in the Franxx. I could go on, guys. It's fucking insane. Anyways, they handled this, and I will say, you know, I know we're obviously going to talk about some of that stuff in a moment, but I thought it looked pretty okay overall.
Yeah,
That
look
was
good.
the same words I would use, but maybe
Yeah.
meaning something a little different.
So
It's not a huge production for this thing, Jordy.
So the series was directed by Tomoya Tanaka with scripts written by Yosuke Kuroda, character designs by Hisashi Toshima, and music composed by Masaru Yokoyama. It aired from April 8th to July 1st, 2023 on Tokyo MX and other networks. The opening theme song is Knockout by Taiku Okazaki, while the ending theme song is Shoe Cream Funk or Cream Puff Funk by Philosophy No Dance. According to the official website of the series, it will be a complete anime adaptation. So they are going to do the full
thing.
the full
Yes.
run. A second season was announced after the airing of the 12th episode.
Yep.
And is set to premiere in January. We'll be getting into the exams.
I wish them luck.
Yeah, can't wait to cover that.
Do we have to? There's a lot of great shows out right now, guys. I don't know if we have time.
Right now, there is actually. Holy shit. Right, this season right now? Oh, my God.
But yeah, anyways, that's the end of my Senpai's Corner.
Okay, do you guys want to
Like JJK right now is fucking nuts.
Do you guys want to talk about that for a bit or something?
JJK? No,
Fill in
fuck
some
you.
time, or
What? Why?
I don't have much to talk about. Okay, let's talk about the world. We already did. It's Hogwarts. Moving on now.
Yes, but slightly different.
Sure.
I just really quickly want to harken back a very long time ago. I can't remember what we were covering, but you were giving a really hard time to a show, some poor show that just didn't deserve the hard time you were giving it.
I mean, that's subjective.
And you were harping on the fact that they didn't do anything to establish like the rules or the groundwork of their magic.
It was Ninja Scroll.
Okay.
I remember quite clearly.
and you decided to hold Harry Potter on a pedestal as a series that that did have a lot of groundwork laid to their magical system and their magical world.
Yeah.
This one being a direct carbon copy clone of that.
A very cheap ripoff of.
A direct carbon copy.
Okay.
Must have a very heartily well-established magical system and world at the very least.
Do you think that it did?
I'm asking you.
Did they explain it to
I'm
us
asking you if this is
I know,
a Harry Potter ripoff.
And I'm asking you, ripoff.
Right.
Yeah, they didn't give you any of that. They left it to you for you to assume. So if I'm to assume that this is Hogwarts, then yes, I'm okay, because then everything I already know and was taught by the actual Harry Potter franchise applies. Then sure, yeah, I'm down for that.
So what about magic? Did Harry Potter tell you that Mashle didn't?
Well, Mashle didn't tell me a fucking thing, except they just started using wands.
No, listen.
But Harry Potter explains why they started using wands.
No, but they talk about the history of wizards and where wizards come from. There's books and tomes. There's teachers and professors.
But magic, though, is just...
It's just in the air.
It's world
the world just has it.
Okay, if we're gonna talk about Ninja Scroll versus this, Ninja Scroll, people were just doing shit.
Okay, I just want to establish
just
that.
doing random shit.
Ninja Scroll is not in question right now. What's in question?
It was, though.
No,
It was brought into question.
No, you brought it up.
You brought it up. What's in question is your inability to accept.
That's been in question, Mikey.
I'm just saying, you accept blindly walking into the world of Harry Potter that magic just is a thing that some people just can do and some people just cannot. So at the very least, you have to agree that this is as good as Harry Potter in that regard.
Sure.
Thank you.
Sure.
We can move on.
Sure.
I got him.
But let's also just point out that if that's true, they achieved that just by making it look like a place that did all the groundwork for them.
But that's the whole point.
They did nothing for that.
No,
they didn't earn it.
They're not supposed to. They're what they're doing is piggybacking because it's a satire. The whole thing about being a satire is to piggyback.
I didn't have any qualms about this. You guys brought this up and threw it at me. I didn't even mention, the magic sucked in this one. You guys were like, remember when you hated Ninja Scroll?
Yeah.
Well, what do you think about this?
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you harp on magic so fucking much.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Let's see your charisma get you out of this one.
Yeah. You ain't got no
We're
riz.
done with this one. We're good.
You ain't got no riz.
All right.
No riz.
You want to talk about art now? I guess, guys. It was what did you say?
It was just okay.
Yeah, it was just okay.
Across the board, maybe less than okay. Like it was just fine. Like whatever.
Well, I find that shows like this, especially like Mashle or any show that isn't as popular, like JJK or like Demon Slayer, you're never gonna have productions that are gonna make it look that one step higher. It's just for kind of mass consumption and for watching it in between those other bigger shows or bigger produced shows or movies, right? So that's really what it is.
What I like about it is that it's not trying to be more than it is.
Yeah. No.
It's not trying to really put on a visual spectacle at any point in time and be like jaw-dropping like Demon Slayer sometimes cranks it up to 11 out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like this was just like really polished and clean and simple, and it just did its thing just well.
Yeah.
Just well.
It's like an apple pie. right?
Please proceed with this analogy.
Right? Because you know what an apple pie looks like. You know what an apple pie tastes like.
Sure.
Right? And then you know that it's an apple pie. When somebody gives you an apple pie, you know what you're going to get when you put it in your mouth. Yeah.
So these guys, what you're saying is they served you a really shitty apple pie and was like, no, but it's like apple pie.
No!
They're like, does it taste like apple pie?
Yeah.
Then it's apple pie.
It's fucking apple pie.
And you're like, yeah, but, and they're like, no.
no.
What does it look like?
No. They gave you an apple pie because
Yeah.
you know from the beginning
Okay.
that it wasn't actually Harry Potter. It's a satire.
Sure.
Right? And then they were going to just play off of all that. There's all that humor. And it's an apple pie, a well-made apple pie, because you can't really fuck up an apple pie that badly.
Ask McDonald's.
I don't know, dude.
Well, no, they're fucking like turnovers and shit over there.
They claim it's a pie.
Well, fuck you, Ronald.
Jordy, are you saying that these show creators went to a pie baking contest and turned in a McDonald's apple pie?
Yeah.
Is that what you're trying to say they did?
I didn't even mention pie, guys. I don't know what the fuck you guys are saying right now.
Am I putting apple pie in your mouth?
I think so. It doesn't taste good. I'm more of a blueberry pie, cherry pie kind of guy.
I'm more of a cake guy.
I had a really
Yeah, I
good
do love a
pumpkin
good
pie the
cake.
other day.
Nah, fruit doesn't belong in dessert.
Oh, shut up.
I'm not a huge fan of pumpkin pie, but I had a Demon Slayer pumpkin pie. I had a JJK pumpkin pie the other day.
Well, there's a
All
finger
the
in
other-
it?
And all the other pumpkin pies I've had in my life are like
There's a gross finger
Mashle
in it?
pumpkin
Yeah,
pies.
gross finger or like
Yeah,
fucking
it had a finger in it.
Yeah.
demons all mashed up.
bunch
Yeah,
of
that's
eyeballs?
exactly what it was. Yeah, you're right. You nailed it.
Did a little mouth open on it and start talking to you?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean by JJK pie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
Exactly.
That's cool.
that's fucked up, man. You probably shouldn't eat that. It probably went bad.
It was delicious. I have powers now. That's how magic works.
What a charismatic. Ooh.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, we're in a mood, guys.
We missed each other.
I know.
We missed each other.
So we have to hate each other extra hard today. We
acting up.
have to make up.
Oh,
Okay,
my
let's
God.
talk about the
Okay.
music very
Yes.
briefly.
Yeah, the music was fine.
The opening intro had a banger riff, one single. They kick
Yeah.
in a halftime, and I was like, oh,
Yeah,
that was it.
was
the
good.
outro was fucked. And
Well,
the rest of the
it's-
music was
it's
just
a
fine.
Strawberry. Chocolate.
Yeah.
but that's so
Bam, 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 bam.
But like, remember how I used to talk about fucking? There's a certain level of anime bullshit that like people have a tolerance for, or either really enjoy. I mean, like this
you
is
gotta have a high tolerance
You
here.
have a very
I have
high.
a very,
I
like,
have a
I'm
so small
virtually
tolerance.
Yeah.
What I do want to say is I will applaud. This show is not horny at all.
No.
Zero. In fact, it's like where Denji is all about boobs. He chooses cream pies, cream
Yeah.
puffs. Sorry,
Yeah. Whoa.
we said not horny.
Cream in what?
Yeah, delicious oatmeal cream pies. Another great dessert is what I meant when I said that.
Jordy
Yeah.
just skipped ahead to chapter 34.
Yeah.
Does it get horny?
No, of the
I get
Of the
it.
internet.
I see what you did there.
So what Jordy's actually been doing is reading the Doujinshi manga, the hentai version. He fucking
Jordy
broke
just
it.
fucked up the fucking mic.
You guys are making me slink into my chair.
Jordy's all hot and bothered because he talked about a cream pie for
guys
2
are-
seconds.
I don't know why this show is garnering me this reaction. It's
Yeah, you're
not
all-
that good.
You're all flustered, dude.
I'm not. You guys shouldn't be surprised.
Why are you
at
thinking
my
about
reaction
cream
to
pies
this.
right now, dude?
I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
Dude, that was so
Fucking-
fucking funny, man.
I'm fucking horny for Hogwarts, guys.
It's honestly, we're just in a mood today.
Yeah.
I can feel it.
We're all caffeinated. And
Yeah.
What do you think? I won't touch it.
We're gonna talk
Yeah,
characters.
don't fuck it. Don't fuck
I mean,
with it.
character.
Yeah.
There's only one worth talking about at all. And even then, I don't have much to say
yeah.
about him.
Yeah, more than like one sentence.
Mash is the main
Yes.
character. He's kind of like a dumb meathead. Except that you find out, I don't know how dumb he is, or as much as he just doesn't care about anything except cream puffs.
I think he's a dude who is like actually very well, very sharp, but he just doesn't care. He's so indifferent.
Well,
and so
except the point is that he can't open a fucking door, dude. So I don't know how smart he actually is.
That is very funny.
Okay.
He
does
know
it.
funny, but
No, man, that gag kept getting me.
okay.
Every single time, dude.
Yeah.
I saw a door, I'm like waiting. I'm like, that's gonna get ripped off, dude. He's just gonna be standing there holding half of it.
Because it's the struggle, right? Because you do see him to be like consciously trying to make sure that he doesn't break it, and he's just so fucking strong.
Yeah, and then he's like, "It's okay though, because I know how to fix doors." That's his response to his dad.
Of course he does.
Yeah, but for the most part, yeah, he's a really apathetic guy unless it comes to like his friends or family.
Yeah,
I think
Right.
there's a stoicism about our boy as well, where like there's this calm confidence. You know what I mean? That
he's
he has.
singularly
never,
focused at all time.
and he's
Yeah.
never rattled.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Never.
true. Yeah.
Which is like cool.
Yeah.
I will say like I like him.
Yeah, he's a very likable character.
I think I like him.
Yeah, he's a very. Also, you got to understand.
Really have feelings one
This
way or
is a
another.
guy who doesn't actually know how to socialize because he's been living in a forest by himself with his dad for fucking years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Right? So he's never really seen another human.
It's true.
Also, the voice actor is our boy Gabimaru from Hell's Paradise, in
Ooh.
Japanese at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I thought I recognized his voice, but I'm like, again, it's one of those sullen,
Yeah.
deadpan, downtrodden kind of characters. He's always kind of like
Yeah.
hiding under the shadow of their hair,
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
it is.
There it is.
There's his hair.
Mashle.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, all the other characters, if they get mentioned at all, will get mentioned in plot because that's their character traits are just their place in the plot.
Okay, well, one of them is
Yeah.
obsessed with his little sister
Yeah.
in a
Yeah.
fucked up, weird way.
That's true.
Yeah, that's the sister complex
That's it.
thing. That kind of the tropey sister complex thing is a very, very strange one. to
He
me.
even says right away because Mash goes, "Oh no, a lolicon." And he goes, "No, it's much worse than that."
He does.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, like that, it's self-aware,
Yeah.
but they still can't help themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They still have to do it.
Yeah.
They can help
and it
themselves, yeah.
stays central to the character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just a throwaway. Like she's his motivating
Yeah.
force
Yeah.
throughout the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Anytime he needs to draw on some sort of hidden power, it's her appearing before him.
Yeah.
So I like at least I like the commitment, I guess. But
Sure.
But I feel like a lot of magical magical school or like Black Clover, for example. Did you guys watch Black Clover?
No.
No.
Did I watch Black Clover?
No, I
Mikey?
know you didn't watch it. That's why I wasn't looking at you, jackass.
I'm you guys.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway,
I'm chopped liver.
Yeah, there's a guy in Black Clover that has the same issue. But anyway,
It's a trope.
It's a trope.
They're
yeah.
all tropes. Each one of
Yeah.
these characters in this
Of
show is
course.
a trope.
I mean, and I think the
Yeah.
more I'm doing this podcast with you guys, it's like, at first, I was like, you know what? Let's get away from the tropes. Let's get away from them. But I don't think you ever will. Like, there's just too many archetypes that have been written now that people draw on that have just been so solidified in all media.
You can add complexity though. These
Yeah.
characters are just tropes.
Well,
There's
yes.
no complexity whatsoever.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, though. Is
Yeah.
even if you add complexity, right,
Yeah.
you're still drawing from a trope.
I mean, there's something to be said for archetypes in characters
Yeah.
across the board, not just anime.
I think it's your attitude about the trope as well, right? Like as you're making a show, like are you taking the piss out of the trope? Like are you making fun of the trope, being very self-aware and subversive and
Super meta.
yeah,
Yeah.
and self-referential, or are you embracing the trope?
Yeah, building a complex character around it.
And exactly, and maybe trying to subvert the trope, but like not in like a goofy haha they have subverted me way, but in like an interesting like wow that's really
Yeah.
like interesting.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
in that kind of way. So I think it's the attitude that you approach. It's okay to use tropes, but what gets exhausting to me is just like the lazy way of approaching tropes.
Like kind of like ripping them and then just using them.
Just
as
rolling them
two-
in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
2D.
Like a lot of
Yeah.
the times it ends up being something I kind of don't like about a show. Like first thing that comes to mind is fucking, is it Maki from Fire Force?
Oh yeah. She is my least favorite character.
The one who's like just unlucky but always ends up topless and like in some lecherous position. I'm like, that to me just felt so cheap and lazy that I'm like, I'd rather just wasn't in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
But she does get a little bit of like glimpses, right, where they write her like parts in the show where she's a bit more human and
That's even more sad because it means that they have the capacity to write her that well all the time
and chose not to. Yeah.
But anyways, that's a different show. That's a different show. But anyways, you know, it is a very tropey show, and some of it's lazy, some of it's not. You know what I mean? Like, I think, you know, some of the tropes I thought were funny, and some of them were very flat. Lemon being like just head over heels in love with him felt very shallow and one-dimensional and thrown together. And like they just wanted a girl character to dote over the main character.
I legitimately think I have
Full
zero
stop.
notes about her.
That's what I mean.
Even in
Yeah.
the plot, like she was
sad.
She was a non-entity. Yeah.
No, they needed the damsel in distress, right?
That's so sad.
Needed?
Okay, needed isn't the right word.
No,
but
they wanted.
They
just
wanted
threw it
the,
in
yeah,
there.
they wanted the damsel in distress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They wanted all these
Right.
things. They just
Yeah.
didn't really do anything with a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And it's even weirder because they had an archetype for a very powerful, intelligent, sustaining character in the source material they were ripping off the entire time in Hermione Granger.
Right?
And just chose to completely ignore that,
Yeah.
you know, very well-developed female character.
Yeah, a lot of like pretty well developed characters with a lot of growth in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
zero in this.
Yeah.
It's just interesting what they chose to like take and what
Yeah.
they chose to just
Yeah.
ignore.
Mandrake Root? No character growth.
Look,
Yeah, smart women?
Yeah. No.
this
we
show.
don't want
Mandrake Root.
Yeah. It's the same. We made the same thing.
Mandrake candy. No, it's this show. It's just pure candy.
It's not
That's
a
what
good
it's-
candy. It's like a shitty old hard candy from your bottom of your grandma's candy bowl. It could have been a Reese peanut butter cup.
What flavor is it?
Yeah,
I don't know,
but yeah,
it's
you don't
shitty-
know.
It's got
Yeah,
it's just sugar.
No, not.
It's the one
Sometimes
with
that's
all
awesome.
the colors in the clear, and it's in a clear wrapper, and it's not good.
No. Sometimes it's good because sometimes you'll get like a fucking strawberry one.
No, the
or
strawberry
like-
ones are in the strawberry wrapper with the goo inside.
Nah.
We all
No,
know those ones.
no.
Yo,
they're-
it's black licorice.
Ew. It's the worst one.
You know it is.
It is black licorice.
But
Yeah,
you know what?
It's all sorts because it looks like it's gonna taste good.
It's
It's got
all
the right
sorts.
colors. It looks like a good candy.
Yeah.
And then you pop it in your mouth and you're like, ew.
How many times did you eyeball those as a kid, being like,
Bro.
those have to be good?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I had them once.
How many times do you plop it in your
and
mouth?
never
One
again.
time only.
Only once.
Yeah, never
Never
again.
again.
That's what the
Never
show is.
again.
Remember the icy squares, the little
Yeah.
fucking chocolate?
The best, dude.
little
They
chocolates?
melt in your.
What the fuck?
Where
were
did those go?
What were those, dude?
Chocolate.
What even were they though? Because they weren't just chocolate. There was something else going on.
Aliens
in
made
those.
them.
Yeah.
For
Aliens
real,
made
dude.
those.
Yeah, if you remember icy squares, if you're old as fuck like
Yo.
us, let us know.
Literally, you couldn't get them to your mouth fast enough for them
No.
to not melt in your hand.
No, you couldn't unwrap them without them being like liquid.
Slippery.
Yeah, that's why you had to unwrap it and like hold it in the wrapper and put it in.
Yeah,
your,
you had
in
to.
your mouth.
You had to.
Yeah.
I just got it all over my fingers like a
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
child. So,
Yeah, dude.
yeah.
Fuck yeah. Anyways,
I would dummy a fucking bowl of those,
dude,
dude.
a little bit of little
But
throwback.
regardless, yes, this is a bag of all sorts. And sometimes, though,
No,
sometimes
Mikey, you don't need fucking all sorts. You know that.
I don't eat all sorts, but I will drink Zambuca. And Zambuca does taste a little bit like black licorice.
Listen,
It does.
In the same,
Yeah.
this actually works because
It's
I'll
anise
drink
flavor.
Zambuca if I'm like desperate to get hammered,
And I don't enjoy it.
right?
I don't enjoy the taste of Sambuca, Ouzo,
Right?
Jaeger.
Exactly. But
all
if
of
it's
those
there
fennel
and you
drinks are
really want to
gross.
get drunk, okay, fine.
Yeah.
And if you really must watch anime, and this is the only show,
It's fine.
you'll watch it.
It's fine.
Yeah.
And guess what? It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
It'll
Yeah,
be fine.
it was
Yeah.
more than fine.
Yeah.
It was humorous.
And you know what? In both situations, you'll wake up the next morning regretting it.
no, not at all.
Also a little confused.
Yeah. Yeah.
A little confused.
Yeah.
A little brain fog.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Shut up.
You might say to
Both of
yourself,
shut the fuck up.
I'm never drinking again.
This is not.
But then the second season comes out.
Yeah.
Second bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Replace replace Uzo with tequila, and that's what happened to us last time. And that's why you only got one episode with us last time.
Yeah.
Because I woke up and I was like, I'm never watching anime again.
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was fine.
Oh man.
That
But
did
yeah.
not feel
Anyway,
good.
let's get into plot.
All right.
Oh.
Hang on, I need to breathe for a second.
We should be able to fly through plot.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, dude. Okay, so Mash burned dead and his dad live in the woods, and his dad's keeping him secluded for some mysterious reason we don't know at first because we haven't learned quite about the world yet. And yeah, he tells him like, don't go into town. And he's like, okay, don't worry, Dad, I won't go into town. Except that he's like, but they have these cream puffs
Yeah.
that don't come out all the time. I'm going to go get some. So he goes to get them, and everyone's gawking at him. And there's like a drunk cop who like starts giving him shit. And at this point, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you know about magic, or he doesn't have magic. You haven't learned that yet.
Yeah, we didn't. At that point, we didn't know that he.
Or
didn't
maybe
have
like know a hint, but you don't know
Yeah.
that's the foundation of the show.
I think
Yeah.
they strategically hid his face
Yeah.
for the first couple of scenes where
Yeah.
you didn't actually see his face. You saw other people with markings, so
That's
you're like,
right.
this is common.
Yeah.
But you don't see
You don't know that he's the only
naked
one
faced.
without
Yeah.
it too, right?
Because it would have given it away.
Yeah. So, anyways, this drunk cop starts giving him hell. He rips the drunk cop's shirt off or whatever. And then there's like some super important dude who's like in his office torturing a guy. And then he finds out that Mash is in town and doesn't have a mark, and he's super interested in him. So I'm like, okay, this guy's like, what, a police chief or something? Like, that's what I call him. I don't know what his job title was. Doesn't really matter.
He's a muggle.
What's that?
He's a muggle.
Mash is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but he gets harassed in the city.
Yeah.
By
He gets harassed by the cop and then like
Yeah.
the police chief, I'm gonna call him. And
Yeah.
the police chief, Mash's dad shows up and like saves him in the nick of time. He's like, sorry for my son, runs off with him. And the police chief like makes a magic bird out of a spell and like sends it off after them like a homing bird.
Yeah.
And so this is when we find out that what's going on. So basically like they've been killing unmarked magicless people.
Yes. It's like a complete genocide of,
Yeah.
of muggles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like a pretty cool place. And so the
A
dad.
little different than Harry Potter.
Yeah. Yeah.
A little darker, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Harry Potter.
Cooler.
It's like Harry Potter if the Malfoys won or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so the dad flashbacks and we found out he found Mash. It's not his kid. He found him one day, so we don't know anything about Mash's history at all.
And we
whatsoever.
never will.
We never will.
And I don't think they care.
No.
That's it.
Sometimes it's okay not to know.
Yeah. So anyways, the like magical cops or whatever show up at their house and they're explaining that, and they're like beating up his dad, and Mash busts in and beats the shit out of these guys. And at this point, you don't know about his strength. You've seen him bust the door open, but you don't understand. And he's beating them up like by slapping them.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And I'm like, okay, like why couldn't we have like cool fights? And he's doing things like juggling. He hits them with a soccer ball. He's doing like volleyball bumps.
Yeah.
I'm like, is this the show? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Is that the joke?
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, I think I don't know if this would have helped or not if I told you what the show was about before I made you watch it.
Probably not. I don't think so.
Yeah.
The show did a pretty good job of making me feel a way about it.
Yeah, I think Jordy understands the show.
Yeah.
He just hates it anyway.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah.
So he
A
beats
man
these.
without taste.
A man with discerning taste, with a mature palate. Thank you very much. So he beats the fuck out of these magic cops, and they basically are so impressed with how strong he is. This like magical police chief is like, okay, I'll leave you guys alone, but you got to enter this magic school and win the magic contest, and I'm gonna help you. And I'm like, why though? Where's the motivation here? I don't understand at all.
Yeah.
We don't get that motivation.
Nope.
I
Very
think it's
interesting.
like the ultimate acceptance is what it would be if he was to accomplish
Yeah.
achieving that status, the divine, whatever the fuck.
It's just a little bit of like a 180-degree turn for like a civilization that murders unmagical people to be like,
No.
you're going to change our minds
Okay.
completely.
It's not a civilization that completely murders them. You have a faction that murders them, and then like general consensus that they discriminate against them.
Yeah.
But this is that age-old, story of being accepted for being different.
Yeah.
Right. And he
It's
has
like
to
if the
prove
Nazis
himself.
came and like a Jew was like super strong and they were like, hold on a second, maybe we're wrong about you guys.
God, Jordy.
It's kind of like that though,
Good thing you're Jewish, man.
right?
I mean, there's no way to know how that would have unfolded
Why, Jay?
because we can't go back in time.
You're right. Yeah.
And bring Mash Bernadette with us.
You're right. Anyways.
But if we could,
Yeah.
then maybe.
I'm going to go with the Nazis wouldn't care.
Oh,
I'm just going to take a wild stab in the dark and guess that that's.
Speaking for the Nazis.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel.
A little
Yeah,
The
that-
way,
weird.
the way that was going, I have a feeling. Anyways, okay, so we get to school.
Back on track.
We get to the
history
school,
lesson.
okay? It's the entrance test, and the first one is like there's a bunch of questions you got to answer, and the teacher like immediately knows something's up with Mash. He's like, I'm gonna fucking get this guy. The essay is magicked and it's all scrambled up and the words are moving around, and Mash is like, hey. Straighten out.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Straight up just fucking yells out.
He didn't even use strength.
Yeah.
That might have actually been magic.
It was just pure intimidation.
Yep.
They just knew how strong he was.
Yeah. The spell knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were like, hold up. And he finishes it. He smashes all the tests. And I'm like, it's funny. Magic in this world must be like pretty limited because they could have just been as easily been like, hey, conjure some shit. And he'd be like, fuck.
Yeah, but he does. He's very, very clever in the way that he fucking.
Yeah.
You keep thinking he's gonna get caught up.
Yeah. But the way that he kind of constructs his magic and the way that he says like what he's doing, like,
Yeah.
you know, like muscle magic or like earth magic by stomping his feet and then,
Yeah.
shattering the earth to come up and shit like that. Like, it's very clever.
It's felt a bit reachy for me. I don't know about clever. Like the
Yeah.
flapping his legs to fly. I'm like, that's not how any of that works.
But I thought that was funny, right? Like
Yeah.
that was still at the stage in the show where I thought it was getting me still. It was making me laugh.
It had me
Yeah.
a bit rolling my eyes right away. if I'm
It
being
wasn't
honest,
until the battles with Slytherin where I was like,
Yeah.
every time he would use his powers in those battles,
Yeah.
I was a little bit eye rolly.
Yeah. Another eye rolly thing that bugged me, if we're going to talk about eye rolly things a lot, is the fucking dad and the police chief guy just like having their own little buddy comedy in the bushes.
Very weird.
No. They're the fucking two old guys in the Muppets.
Yeah,
In
but they
the
also,
fucking-
I guess.
But also, like, he was like about to kill him. in the
Yeah, we're
opening.
still talking about Nazis and Jews now.
Yeah.
Right? Like, this is a minute ago, that's the conversation
This
we're
is
having.
Anne Frank
Yes.
and Hitler hanging out in the bushes.
But that's progress.
hope our guy wins.
That's progress, right? That's learning
Guys,
how to accept
yeah.
one another.
Japan
right?
solved racism.
They did it, yeah. With these two.
Nobody thought it'd be Japan.
Yeah.
But it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so there's this like helpless like spaz girl who's like, "Oh, can I follow you around?" And she's like, I guess she was hired by the teacher to stop him.
Yeah.
And like couldn't because he's too strong.
Tries to stop him in the maze.
Yeah. And then she's impressed, so she's like kind of like obviously joining his team. She's like going to be part of the team.
He escapes the maze.
He like punches his way through the maze.
in the way I knew he would.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, this show delivers you fucking apple pie, man.
I mean, it delivers me more apple pie than I wanted, and like not good ones. It's mass producing apple pie in a factory.
I do see what you mean though, where like sometimes it is satisfying in a show where you're expecting something and then they give it to you.
Yeah.
There is satisfaction in that, but I think it wears off.
Yeah.
That's the biggest issue with the
sure.
show. Everything I liked about it
Yeah.
just kind of wore off.
It's like
Towards the
not
end.
to like be a broken record and use a term we've used a million times because it's not quite the same, but it's another version of Monster of the Week. They're just going to throw another magical thing at him. They're going to give him a way to do it without being magical. And then later on, it's going to be like, we're going to throw another Slytherin at you, and you're going to figure out another way to beat him real quickly without using magic. It's
Rinse
just
and repeat.
It's gonna be that over and over and over again.
It's yes, and there's going to be an underlining mystery that happens underneath with the secret society.
You know, it'd be really good if
Right?
that was part of the show.
But they give it to you in bits, right? And like I said, that's the overarching story, right? And Mashle is just kind of the focal point of it all, while that's also happening around him and to him.
Someone out there has read the manga and will tell us, but like, I don't think that part of the story is going to be that impressive. I think that part's going to be shit too.
I also don't love being like,
We have a buddy in the Discord that definitely had mentioned this.
How shit was that?
No, he
Tell
said
me.
that he was excited about it.
Okay.
I don't love being like necessarily like held hostage by like a show creator to like endure bad show to get that story
Yeah.
over the long
Well,
run.
we've taled about this a lot
That's
before too,
the only
because
thing that kind of sucks.
I've
That's why I
harped
want
on-
shorter. Just condense
I've
this.
harped on season ones a lot when I'm like,
Yeah.
they haven't given me anything to want to watch season 2.
Yeah.
I feel that held hostage vibe in a lot of those
Yeah.
season ones.
But you
know
and
what I
I literally had this conversation about fucking TV shows and seasons
Yeah.
while we were eating. How
You're
you
right.
need to give it a season 1 to lay the
You're right.
foundation down, and then season 2 is the one that actually gets you.
And I'm going to be honest with you about how I watch TV a lot of the times. I wait until a show, and a lot of people are talking about a show 3-4 seasons in. If a lot of people are still talking about it, then I'll be like, okay, now I'll watch that show.
yeah, yeah.
Because I don't have time to watch all the season 1s and be let down. I don't have the interest in that. I want the world. I want you guys to vet it all for me.
No, what you want.
That's your job, actually, by the way, to vet this shit for me.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
This is what you get.
This is what you get sometimes. Sometimes I just want to feed you fucking apple pie. I want to force feed it down your fucking
Yeah.
gullet.
Because you're a psycho. You're a psycho. You'd make a human centipede out of me.
I mean, you're not wrong.
All right. Okay, where were we? Okay, so we meet Dumbledore, by the way. And Dumbledore's
Yes.
like, we're done, and he did it.
Yeah.
He ends the exam with a big scary spell, and Mash, of course, proves in the end his integrity and wins the test or whatever. Okay, so then we get moving on. There's flying practice. We talked about that already. He's like can fly. I guess like that's another thing. He could just fly.
Well, he just kind of figured it out.
He can just fly with his legs.
But come on, that's pretty funny because I was wondering how he was gonna do that.
Yeah.
and I get what you were saying.
You know what
too,
they had to
about,
do?
like,
They had to make
trying
some shit up.
Yeah, make shit up.
Yeah.
To figure out how he was going to overcome little things like that.
Yeah.
That
Right?
could have been the whole show.
That could have been season 1 for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But and still have some of that like mystery of the secret society underneath.
Sure,
the whole
make it
thing.
brewing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
right.
but yeah, I do really enjoy that.
Well, speaking of the secret society, we meet like the class bully who is like at first he's our first bad guy, and he's like a low level rank of the secret society, but he's using Mash's roommate, his little Ron Weasley, as a
Yeah.
pawn to try and like fuck with Mash. And then after some time, this like little Ron Weasley stands up for him, and Mash walks in while they're like beating the fuck out of him. And so Mash beats that fucking dude up, obviously. Then like the vice president, who is like Snape, I guess, or I don't know, one of the guys.
Yeah.
He walks in and he's like, yo, you can't be doing that. This is a school. And Mash buries him
Yeah.
in the ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Dumbledore walks up, and Dumbledore's like, it's all good.
I have to protect
Yeah.
this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can bury my vice principal in the ground.
Yeah, but it was the whole fact that the principal, the vice principal, was already dirty.
Yeah.
Right. He was a dirty cop that like they already kind of had an idea of.
Yeah. Yeah. They
and
even
so-
gave him a little dirty mustache.
yeah. Right. So
Yeah.
the fact that like it
See?
kind of gave them a reason to go into it. I mean, like
Yeah.
logically, if you think about it this way, like if a teacher now or vice principal got into a fight with a student,
Yeah.
right, they would have to look into both sides.
Yeah.
Wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So.
Yeah. Doesn't matter how dirty the vice principal was.
Yeah.
Dumbledore is like, nah,
Now.
you're good.
You're good. Yeah, exactly.
All right.
My boy Mashle. Let's go have a fucking cream puff.
You said it the right way. Okay, so Mash joins the literal Quidditch team. That was an episode.
Yeah.
Moving on.
It's just Quidditch.
That's
it.
It really is just
Quite
good.
literally.
But when he throws the fucking thing, right, and he spins it and he's just looping it back and forth. Come on, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, it was so funny, Mikey.
It was all right.
Come on, guys.
It was all right.
Yeah. Pretty funny. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I know, but that's why it's funny.
I mean, like, I grew up watching like SpongeBob and shit. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like,
Yeah, so did I.
I just mean like the absurdity isn't necessarily gonna like get me.
Yeah.
It's
We've
gotta-
reached
it's
peak
gotta-
absurdity.
Yeah, it's got to be like there's got to be some smarts behind it, or again some sort of something else.
We've watched some comedy shows that had me howling, dude.
Yeah.
This shit's not funny to me.
Like Asobia Sobase.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Was constant.
That's the exact show I was thinking
subversion
of, dude.
Yeah,
of
that-
expectations. You
yeah.
never knew what the fuck somebody was about to
dude.
do.
But you can't compare Asobia Sobase to this because the way that writing is not giving you fucking apple pie. That shit's giving you the fucking buffet.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what Jordy wants.
Exactly, dude. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants a buffet every
yeah.
time over the apple pie.
I don't, this is like, dude, this is like, it's almost insulting to me that they think I'm going to think this is funny. How's he going to get his broom in there? Oh, he's flapping his legs. Don't you think that's funny? That's how it felt watching the show, dude, to be honest with you. Legit, dude. Oh, he stomped the ground and the broom went up? Isn't that hilarious?
It's like that picture of the moray eel
Yeah.
waiting for you to laugh at the joke.
That's what I felt. I felt that way.
Oh my god. Okay.
Moving on.
fine,
Okay,
moving
so
on.
dude, one of the evil dudes traps all his friend in a bottle.
Yep.
And we find out for the first time about the double-lined magic users. They're more powerful. Mm-hmm. That's it.
What about a triple line?
Yeah. triple
Oh, we
line.
don't know about them yet.
Yeah.
Yet.
They're just going to keep adding lines,
Yeah.
is my guess.
And maybe an
Pure
eye
blood.
or two.
yeah, something like that.
Wink.
Okay, so then all of a sudden there's going to be a forbidden magic duel. Which, by the way, is like, it's impossible for that to be exciting because they've already set up that I know how it's going to end. And I already know I'm not going to see a good fight. So I get a forbidden magic duel and they make a big deal of it. I know it's not going to look good. And I know the ending already.
You are comparing it to other shit where you're like JJK fights, Demon Slayer fights.
Good shows.
The shows he likes.
Yeah.
The shows you like,
Yeah.
but the thing is, you got to go in understanding this is not going to give you that, and you're watching it solely for the purpose just to kind of sit back and enjoy silly humor.
Not me.
Jordy's tolerance for anime bullshit is 0.
It's so low. It's got lower since we watched the show, dude.
Yeah.
You guys have ruined it.
Yeah, we suck the life out of
But
you.
part of that is because you've given me some of the best. You've given me some of the
Yeah.
funniest shit.
Yeah.
So
Oh my god, I'm gonna find something else ridiculous to show you.
Okay, so where are we here? Okay, so one of the powerful dudes is after like a girl. He's been like targeting her, and we find out they're like taking magical power from wizards and using it for their own magical power. I guess they're like taking it. And the one redhead wizard with the bandana, he looks like another character, right? That's intentional. I don't know which one, but like
I
I've seen that guy before.
300 different characters.
Yeah,
Okay,
I know.
it's like a trope. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a mashup of like 800 different guys.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
it's your typical like angry,
he's a
screamy hothead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they know that. They play that up.
Yeah.
He comes in saying, I'm the main character.
He even does, and then he's like, "I'm gonna protect her."
Yeah.
And
Like
they're
the
like,
pro
"Okay,
tag would.
okay, we'll let her free, but you got to take 10 shots, 10 of them." And he's okay, let's go, and he gets fucking destroyed.
Yeah.
And then it turns out this girl's been double crossing them. She's on the bad side the whole time, so he just got fucked up for no reason. And then Mash steps in, obviously, fucks this dude up and fucks the girl up. That's the part you thought was funny.
Come on, that came out of nowhere.
It did.
And it was hilarious.
It was hilarious. Okay, so
Yeah, I wasn't expecting him to suplex her, but he did.
making it a suplex was a little funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because of how overkill it was, you know?
Yeah. He suplexes her. All right, good. A funny one. Okay, so the dude who lost, who Mash just beat up, he goes back to his like Slytherin house, and the leader there has 3 stripes. What? You can do that in this? And
I'll get him.
and he's got a whole team of like what are supposed to be really scary wizards, and they call themselves Machio Lupus. And I don't think they're one of the houses. They're the secret society.
Yeah, they're like.
So they're what's the Slytherin? There's a group of them.
Oh, it's been a
No,
while.
It doesn't matter.
No, so that is like one of the houses, Magia Lupus or whatever.
Is
That's
it?
like the wolf one.
Okay.
Because there's the 3. There's the
Orca?
the bird, which
Yeah.
is there
Yeah.
laying
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
The orca and then the wolf.
There's another one.
And
yeah.
no, there's 3. There's only 3.
Do
Yeah.
4?
They didn't do 4.
Honestly, fuck a Hufflepuff. Let's be real.
But within
You know you're a Hufflepuff, right?
Very funny.
Well, you are.
I'm a very much a
But
Gryffindor.
within-
we all know you're a Slytherin motherfucker.
Actually, I'm not.
Sorry,
we're
Jay.
about to. We're gonna go there.
it's okay. Within the Magia Lupus, they have the magic fangs.
Oh,
And they
that's
all
right.
have numbers.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that's
yeah,
like this like the special forces within Magia
Within them.
Lupus.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Is the fangs.
Okay.
Also, I'm a Ravenclaw. All right. Jay's witnessed it. I've done the tests. I also have a badass fucking Patronum. So go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patronus. But close.
There. Yes.
Close. Very good.
Okay.
Very good.
Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm a Hufflepuff.
Neat. That tracks.
That tracks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm for sure a Gryffindor, though. Let's be real.
No, you're
Well, yeah, because
Hufflepuff.
you think you're the main character.
Because I am.
Yeah, and because you think you're the main character, and,
Yeah.
and
I
you
didn't call
are-
myself that.
No,
Somebody else
you
coined the term.
You just said it. You were obviously the guy in the fucking.
It's only
red
obvious
hair.
because other people have said it so often. All right.
Oh my god.
So this guy, this leader of this Machio Lupus or whatever, he like turns this dude who's part of his house into a doll. And apparently that's his thing.
Yeah.
And he's got this other little doll that he calls Mom.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's fucking weird.
Yep.
And right after that, Mash just like smashes in the door and walks right in, as if like it's not a secret society.
by
or, like,
accident almost.
as if it's not a scary thing at all. He's just
Yeah.
like, oh, hi, you want a cream puff? And he fights a few dolls and then outsmarts that dude. And we find out they're after his gold coin. What we forgot to mention.
Oh, yeah.
When he
Yeah.
beats people, he gets a coin or like a part of a coin, and 4 silver coins is a gold coin, and we want them.
Yeah.
This is how he gets that achievement.
Yeah.
It's the prestige, right? Like,
Yeah.
a lot of like private schools and stuff like that, you have to collect certain points or achievements.
Yeah.
And, right. And then
You can steal them in this
become-
school too, and
yeah.
no one's going to notice. You can
Yeah.
you can just get them.
Yeah.
They don't have a record of who they've given them to or anything.
kill
like
for
that.
'em.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking stab
Whoa,
somebody.
you have so
take
many. You must
Yeah.
have been killing this year.
it. Guess I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, but
The
that's
teachers
thing,
at the end of the year. Whoa! I didn't even know you were doing that good.
Yeah.
You must have killed a lot of people.
But that's how fucked up it is, right? Because it's like,
Yeah.
okay, you can't protect your own coins. Like,
Yeah.
okay, obviously you're not worthy of being a student here.
Makes me wonder Dumbledore's up
So
to some
cutthroat.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're fighting all the Slytherin. Of course we are, because
Yeah.
that's where the type of show it is now, halfway through. There's like, I made notes on some of these guys. There's Captain Obvious, who just keeps saying shit that's obvious.
Yeah.
And he's even got like a Captain America shield. So I'm like, oh, he's literally Captain Obvious.
Yeah.
There's a huge dude who then like becomes a shark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was cool.
That was cool.
I mean,
yeah.
it was all right. And then he's holding the wand in his like fin. And I was like, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
I don't even think that was supposed to be funny,
No.
but that made me laugh. There's a dude in a mask who can like teleport, and like, yeah, I'm getting tired of it at this point. I'll be honest with you. Okay, so the girl from the good guy crew is a doll now.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh yeah, I guess we forgot to mention they like have a crew now. There's Mash. There's like the house leader who's got gray hair with 2 lines.
Yeah.
And then there's the red hair obnoxious dude. There's Ron Weasley. And then there's this token meek girl who like needs to be saved all the time.
Yeah.
Because
Lemon.
of course there is.
Lemon.
Right.
Yeah.
And she's in love with him.
Yeah.
And that's their team. So she gets turned into a doll. And okay, now there's more forbidden magic battles, this time in an ancient arena built for dueling. Yo, the teachers don't even know about this.
Yeah.
They don't even know.
We'll get ready for your generic backdrop that all the fights are going to be in.
Making animation is super easy.
You thought that meant you were going to get to see some fights? Nope.
Yeah. Yeah. No. That's why I like the shark guy, because at least he changed the fucking background for
You're
that
right,
one.
yeah. They went underwater for a bit.
Pocket dimension.
Yeah. He still gets his ass kicked. Okay, so then fights start occurring. At one point, there actually is a guy conjures like a giant like satanic beast out of mud. I was like, that's cool, except it didn't fight.
Yeah.
Yep.
We didn't fight it. It just, he made it.
Yep.
And then
There,
it went
there
away.
were little moments of cool things that happened, like
Yeah.
the fucking sister lover's gravity powers, like
Oh,
when he
yeah.
made the pillars come out at
Oh,
that
yeah,
one
yeah.
part and
Yeah.
like fucking ripped the thing apart from all directions. I'm
Couple
like,
moments.
this is what I mean. This is why I kept stopping myself and wondering. I'm like, wow, if they had just leaned more into this and less on the wand Harry Potter shit,
Yeah.
we've got maybe a cool, funny, high fantasy
Yeah.
magic
Yeah.
show
Yeah.
going on here.
Even some of
You
the
know?
Slytherins had some powers that I'm like, okay, if you spend more time on that.
Yeah.
Like the one guy with the eye that cancels out magic.
Yeah.
How fucking powerful is that?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
In and out in less than an episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? One dude has the cross mark on his head and he like becomes a battle demon. Oh, that's redhead dude.
Yeah.
It's under his thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's cool. You see it like once for like a minute.
Yeah.
Come on.
Foundation's being laid right now.
Yeah. It's just not enough foundation for me.
Yeah. And also they're like literally like fighting and killing, like the foundation's being eliminated as you're meeting them.
No. Listen.
Same episode.
Because it's a 12 episode series, and at some point you still need a climax in the fucking 12 episodes.
We didn't even
12
get
episode
Slytherin until like
season.
episode 6.
Not series, season. That's the difference.
season.
If this was a series, then I get it. But like if it's like this is like a season, you got time. You know? So like
Why are you rushing?
Yeah, like just honestly, when they had that lineup of the Magic Fangs, I'm like, here's the next 5 seasons of the show.
Dude, one of them
Every season we're gonna work towards them taking out another member of this society.
Like-
But it started happening every episode.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this doesn't matter at all.
sometimes 2 and 1.
Right?
Sometimes 2 and 1.
That's how you have to feel.
Yeah. Or what they're doing is they're using him to fucking power scale.
Wow, that's really fast though.
Yeah.
That's so fast.
And also not necessary because he's so much stronger every time. You don't need to power scale like that when he's just fucking these guys up with one hit, showing up and fucking them up. Like, why power scale?
The only other faster
He's
power
not powering
scaling,
up,
and
sorry.
you haven't seen this show, it would be One Punch Man.
Sure.
Yeah, we need to do that.
But again, that's the point of that show.
Yeah.
Is like they lean so hard into that being the thing.
What's the point of this show?
They named it.
Yeah.
One Punch Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Literally, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I guess they named this one too, Magic and Muscles.
I said at the beginning,
Yeah.
that's what you get.
That's
Yeah.
it.
And that's
Natural.
it.
That's it, yeah.
Fucking apple pie.
Yeah. Yeah. So one of these, let's move on because we don't need to be spending this much time on this fucking show.
You're right.
So
The
one of
show's
these-
over, right? We're done.
There's a little bit more,
Okay.
but we're pretty much. Okay, so one of these spooky, like, fucking Slytherin guys is like a spooky Gandalf looking guy.
Yeah.
And he literally immediately taken out as soon as you meet him by the Divine Visionary.
Yeah.
Which is the guy that Mash is trying to become.
Oh,
his,
yeah.
His name's Rain Ames.
Yeah.
And he's super cool.
I will say, he is.
Super cool.
He is.
Yeah.
Those giant fucking swords that he just throws around like they're fucking like nothing.
Mash makes a chair out of
Very
him.
cool.
Yeah.
That I died, dude.
I could tell that
Actually
was
died.
like I could tell that was probably like their funniest joke. I didn't laugh, but like I got that it was. funny.
I just didn't expect a chair.
Yeah, he's just sitting cross-legged on it, like leaning back. Okay, so Rain Ames shows up, and he's got a spider that senses your magical ability.
Yeah.
Mash breaks it.
Yeah.
Like it literally is fucking.
Well, just reading
Well,
zero.
zero,
He
right?
thinks
'Cause
it's erroring out.
it loses its
Yeah.
fucking
But it's
mind.
not.
Yeah, it
It's,
loses its
it's
mind.
reading correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then after he makes a chair out of his swords, Rain Ames quickly and really casually just is like, "Okay, I back you now."
Yeah. This
But
guy's
but
fucking
also
serious.
because Dumbledore backs him. He's like, okay, Dumbledore backs you, and now I've
True.
seen you can turn my swords into a chair. You got to
Yeah.
be something special.
Yeah.
And then he walks away, and I'm like, why? Like, a little inconsequential to even have him show up. Like, we already knew this. Dumbledore already backed
yeah,
him. We didn't
but-
need him also to back him.
But you also need to have,
Another, like, half an episode, by the way, in and
yeah.
out.
It was you had to establish a dynamic between the two, right? Right, like
I
at
guess
some
so.
point they have to meet because that other what's his name, Ray Ames,
Rain Ames.
Rain. Yeah.
Ray Ames, because he's Ron Weasley's older brother, right?
Oh, like the oldest brother?
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah. I'm pretty sure he's the
The
older.
hair has got to be.
Yeah,
guess, yeah.
It's his older brother.
Okay.
And so that's the whole point with Ron Weasley is like he's fucking kind of meek. And
Wait,
he's
the
not,
real Ron Weasley or the guy I've been calling Ron Weasley?
guy-
I'm confused. Okay.
the guy you've been calling Ron Weasley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the actual Ron Weasley has an older brother too. I was like, I don't think that's the character archetype.
No. It's that simple. Like my brother's like the strongest.
Yeah,
or,
okay, I
like
get
and
you
the
now.
best.
Okay,
and, like,
sure.
I'm not the. I'm meek.
Sure.
Or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's all those dynamics that they have to establish.
Okay.
But I also like you've kind of got like not a foil and not necessarily a counter, but like you've got somebody else for Mash to kind of play off of now,
Yeah.
who's kind of just as like enigmatic, where you're like you can't really kind of figure out 100% what's going on.
Yeah.
Because Rain Ames has that vibe about him too. He's
Yeah.
very like stoic and calm and like.
Yeah.
You know, there's this OP energy to him
Like
that you
Black
can't
Ops
quite figure
agent.
out. Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And like that's interesting to have Mash bouncing off of that.
Yeah.
Because for the whole show, Mash has been the only guy putting out any of that vibe.
Yeah.
And now there's another guy who's kind of just like as fucking aloof
Yeah.
as Mash is. I
And
kind of like
also,
it.
Also, I'm only thinking of this now, but also like maybe up to something because
Yeah.
he's not a teacher and he knows there's these like illegal magic fights happening. You know what I mean? And he meets Mash and he's like, okay, I'm gonna let this play out.
Well, it's
Yeah.
because he's also got the
Yeah.
behind the scenes with
Yeah,
Dumbledore, right?
yeah.
Like
He's
they've
the-
got something worked out.
He's the agent that's going and fucking investigating everything, right?
Yeah.
He even runs into the fucking weird clown dude,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Okay, let's get through the ending here. Okay, so
Okay.
Mash goes through the door and finds the doll maker creep, and there's a giant like magical apparatus, and it's sucking the magic out of a bunch of wizards who are like strung up around the room. And this guy's got a classic superiority complex. Again, it's like the fucking Malfoys.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like even like a little bit of Magneto. He's like, oh, we're gonna kill all the humans because we're clearly the evolution here.
Yes.
We're the best. You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, well, like I guess they're probably gonna write a good fight, and he'll put up a good fight, and you know, but probably also not. And the case is
Not.
a little twist because Mash gets turned into a doll, and you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Except that doesn't last long either because he turns him into a doll to steal his coin. Turns out there's no coin on him, only a cream puff, for fuck's sake. He pulls a soggy cream puff out of his coat. And then Mash just like turns back into a human because the threat to his cream puff. That's how they write that.
Yeah.
Right? That inside, you're still human. It's just the outer shell that turns doll.
Yeah.
And because his cream puff was maybe going to get eaten by someone else,
Yeah.
he's like, nah.
No, that's my cream puff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a cream puff that good?
Honestly, there's way better desserts than cream puffs.
Dude, cream puffs are great.
I'm
man.
not saying they're not good, but there's way better desserts than cream puffs.
Yeah.
It's low. It's low on the list of desserts.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever had one so good that I would turn from a puppet to a human in order to protect.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
I've ever
I mean,
been on that level.
I'm probably already really trying to turn back to a human really badly
Are you?
anyway. I don't want to be a doll.
Are you though?
Really?
I don't think so.
Be kind of cool.
You just chill all day and someone else moves for you. Yeah. All right. So
Okay, anyway.
what happens? Okay, so Mash then like saves all these people, a really quick win. Then huge twist, but also not really. The leader of their team was also a bad guy. The leader of the good team or whatever, and he's got a cannibal dude who's holding off. Oh, there's another dude fighting Rain Ames who says, "I'm a cannibal" or something. He says that.
So, our main dude,
Yeah.
that was just a disguise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
The main dude does
That's right. That's
exist.
right. That's right. Yeah.
Yes.
But he's someone else.
What?
Like the main dude we've been seeing
Yes.
is not the actual student. It's like another crazy wizard, right?
No, we've been seeing him all along.
Yeah.
In that moment,
Yeah.
to skulk around the school, the villain took on his appearance.
So it wasn't the villain all along.
I don't think so.
No, it was
It was just in that moment.
Yes.
I thought it was all along.
I don't
No.
think so.
No.
I don't know.
Definitely not.
Okay. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But anyways, so there's two like really, really bad guys now. Okay. And
Yeah, because
all
this is the secret society that's outside of the school.
that's right. Okay.
Right, this is like the ones that are like the actual big bad that is a
Yeah.
threat to the country and
Yeah.
not just the school.
Yeah. Which also is from Harry Potter. It's fucking Sirius Black. It's
Azkaban.
His cousin. You're
Azkaban,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. It's fucking those guys. Okay. So suddenly the like Slytherins that we were fighting, they're like all joining teams now. We're all kind of fighting against these guys. And like we don't care that these guys just had a bunch of wizards strung up and we're stealing their magic and up to no good. Like now we're like, okay, let's go together.
Yeah, it's a cutthroat place, man. You just kind of,
I guess so.
let
We don't
bygones
care
be
that
bygones.
we don't care that they were gonna like genocide less powerful wizards in order
Yeah.
to like make themselves a master race.
Yeah,
I guess we don't care about that anymore. We love them now.
Yeah,
Okay.
they've learned their lesson. They've conceded.
Yeah. Okay. So we're like at the end here. So the like bad dad dude who we just met has like a magic deflecting mirror. And that's his big thing. Mash kicks it to pieces. And in doing so, everyone finds out he's not magical. And they're like, whoa, wait a minute. What? And I'm like, okay, I guess you can find out now. That kick is the one where he lets it slip. Okay. And the new big bad guy like goes back to his dad, who says some ominous, like ambiguous shit about Mash. And he's like, don't worry, we'll get him. And that's like the end of the show.
Yep,
And that's it.
that's it. It was a good show, wasn't it?
No.
Now season 2, he'll be taking his exams.
Yeah.
Yes.
To get to that divine whatever.
Meanwhile,
status.
this new big bad guy is also gonna like come to
Try,
Hogwarts and try and get him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I know what's gonna happen.
And what's gonna happen?
Mash is gonna beat them all up one at a time, real quick each. There's gonna be like 11, 12 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're gonna get beat up real quick.
Yeah. Their jokes are gonna be funny too.
I didn't say that. I don't think that actually.
Oh fuck! I'm not gonna even ask you right now. I'm gonna ask Jay. What do you give this? 1 out of 10?
I will say this season, This isn't reflective of my opinions of this show because I think this show is kind of cool. And I think it has potential to get better. I actually really do. I think there's a lot of potential for the show to get better. Just pace-wise, vibe-wise, everything. But this season, 6?
Whoa. Ooh, that was a little lower than I thought you were going to give it.
I give it a 6.
That's a lot higher than I would have thought it ever deserves from anybody.
But I believe that this is eventually like a 7.5, 8 show. If it makes
Appalled.
if it makes
While you're holding on to the microphone because it fucking fell off.
I didn't break anything.
if it makes the right decisions moving forward and throughout season 2 and all that, it could go up. But if it stays the course, then I'm probably going to be on this show moving forward. But yeah,
If you're asking me, which you're not, I'm pretty on this show already.
Yeah.
What's
What would
your
you give
score?
it?
2 out of 10. Even that I think is generous. This show has nothing to offer me. Boring characters, boring plot, weak fight scenes, bad comedy. What is to like
The comedy's funny.
to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I love that shit.
You love really bad comedy.
I love all sorts of comedy.
I like good comedy. That makes me laugh.
You make me laugh. Because you're a joke. Oh.
what do you give this, Mikey?
I give this a 7.
7?
It's 7 because I do see like it again. It's apple pie. Apple pie is not my favorite dessert, nor is cream puffs, but I do like it every so often.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair. Right on.
Yeah.
The Mal score is a 7.6.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
I think, have we read a bad Mal score? I think people who are doing Mal scores just like this shit.
Anime.
Yeah.
Anime.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're
a lot of
Mikeys.
them.
They're
Yeah,
all
a lot of
Mikeys.
them are like me.
Mikey's
Yeah.
usually pretty close to the Mal score.
There's no Jordys on my anime list scoring anime.
Well, there is. It's just that you don't see them because there's so
as
few of you.
Yeah, there's not
Yeah.
as many.
Yeah.
Yeah. Less
Rise
vocal.
up. Let's rise up.
Or if you don't like something,
Yeah.
just shut your mouth and let people enjoy things.
I actually do agree with that for the
Yeah.
most part. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a platform for which to do this.
Yeah.
My anime list is not necessarily that place.
You come here for this.
Yeah. It's what we do.
And you got it.
Okay.
You asked for this. Actually, I don't think anyone actually did.
No,
No.
you don't ask for it because you come here to get it. So,
Yeah.
alrighty, love you guys.
That was fun.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
by the way, like and subscribe,
Oh, yeah.
and give us a magical kiss.
Ooh,
You know,
a magical kiss.
What does that look like to you?
I don't know. Yeah.
What does that look like to
I
you?
don't know.
I don't know.
Magic.
Yeah, magic.
Like
Yeah.
super dry.
I
Yeah.
know how dry you like it. I need my teeth.
I'm getting my teeth ready for a magical kiss.
Well, this got really fucking weird. Okay, bye guys.